Hello everyone. So since my video got a bit of traction, I kind of wanted to complement it by giving you another video where I showcase how to do a Sanctum run, because I think this is basically the best like currency farming method if you're not good. I mean, if you're not great, let's say, if you don't have like a ton of experience or your build is very optimized. So we'll basically do a full Sanctum run and commentate my decision making, why I'm picking what I'm picking, and I'll show you how it goes. Um, Before we start, I wanted to go over my build very quickly. This is the same exact build I had in my previous video, so you can check it out there. The only thing is different is my chest has a +1 level of minion gems, but since I still don't have my empower level 4, this doesn't allow me to get a 4th Spectre yet, so the DPS is precisely the same. So, okay, we can start. You might have noticed that this is pre-recorded, so spoiler alert, I will finish this run. And I think it will be a very average run, so it will be good to showcase, which is why I'm using this one. So let's go over my relics in a bit. These are also very mediocre relics, so this is something that's very obtainable by doing a bunch of runs yourself. Double money from chests. This is a really big amount of money. It's good. You will be aiming for chests, so yeah. More damage for the boss. This doesn't really matter. I'm mostly taking them for this one. So this is coins after you clear a room. I will. I think it's severely undervalued because some of the affliction you can take will basically nuke your coins. However, this triggers after everything else. So basically, if you have, let's say, 20 coins and you have the affliction that takes away 30 at the end of a room, you will go to 0 and then you will go up to 14, which means that no matter what, you will always, always, always be able to pay for the altars to collect your rewards. There have been some runs where you find 2 divines, great, you get there, and then you realize you have 0 coins, so you cannot pay for them. This is the biggest feel bad thing you can have. So yeah, this solves the issue. I have another one here. I don't care about the resolve recovered. I care about the money. And then more money from chests. This I use because I want the additional option for the merchant. That's also very good because you get more selection for boons, and this helps us find the boon that reveals the entire map, which is the most important like boon there is, and something we want to find in every run we can. And then more money. Okay, with that out of the way, we can go. So what is our general strategy? I'm gonna talk over a bit because there's not a lot that's interesting here. Actually, let me say this. This affliction is very bad, especially just at the start of the Sanctum because it doesn't allow you to plan ahead. And there are some afflictions that are awful, and we want to be able to see them and avoid them at all costs. So basically, this is a no-go. Like this could contain 2 divines that I wouldn't pick it. Okay, maybe I would, but that's the exception. Um, so we're picking the safe choice. So I will take the opportunity from these beginning rooms to sort of give you a general rundown of the strategy and what we're doing. So we're doing a very what's the word for it? Like a very tried and true strategy, a very basic strategy where we use floor 1 and 2 to collect coin. And then we use floor 3 and 4 to hunt for divines. There are some more advanced strategy where you can either have your relics duplicate the rewards and then you only take divines on those floor, or you go for full merchant builds, but those require very expensive relics we don't have. So let's go. I'm picking this path because the affliction is minimal. We pretty much never get hit by monsters. So them taking more results from us is totally irrelevant. And we also get a big treasure. Big treasures are like the most important rooms in floor 1 and 2 because they give you like a bunch of money. And we want money for our merchant. So this is a gauntlet. These are supposed to be the most difficult rooms overall. They are for sure the most annoying ones. But there's just a couple of them that will actually have you take damage consistently, and they're also on floor 3 and 4, so you can pretty much never care for them on the first 2 floors and run into them no problem. And you can also see my strategy there. What you do is you run around in circles, you summon clones when you see the puddle on the ground that will summon the guards, and you never get hit, basically. So here, this is just to kill everything. I use the walls to avoid the bullets while I summon my clones, and then I hide behind the walls while the clones kill everything. And you can see I'm not taking damage pretty much ever. Yeah. So we collect our rewards here and we move on. And sometimes you'll see that I open one of those chests and it gives me 100 coins instead of 50, and that's from my relic. So here we could go to this shop. We already have a bunch of money, but this is a very bad affliction. This is 40% less damage, so that's multiplicative. This is basically we do half damage. I can kind of take it now because I have a very good DPS, but I'm gonna play this run as if my build was worse. So you will basically have me take paths that are slightly safer than I would normally do. So we're going for the fountain instead. This is just to find the exit room. So yeah, you do just that. So I even ignore that. No, I don't ignore it actually. As soon as you get into the 1,000 coins range, you can start to ignore the chests, basically, because you have more than enough. And here, you can still take the big chests like that one, because they give a bunch of money. So yeah, we run around, we dodge, and there we go. We get one totally useless boon. So how do you dodge, actually? Most guards, pretty much all of them, they will do a wind-up for 1.5 to 2 seconds, and then they will shoot something at you, or they will charge at you, or whatever. So you just count when you get into line of sight from them, 1 second, 1.5 seconds, and then you dodge. And you dodge pretty much everything. So you should virtually never get hit by guards ever again after you know this. And you can see I'm still at 7 inspiration for like room 2, and we're almost done with the floor. Here I'm conflicted between two options. As you can see, like the option below give me 20 less coin every time I get hit, or 50% more damage from monsters. The 50% more damage from monsters is totally irrelevant. You will never die from monsters hit, basically, but I'm not taking it for two reasons. One, as I said, I'm playing this as if my build was worse, so maybe you're very squishy and they can actually kill you. And also the other option is 20 less coins when you get hit. I don't plan on getting it a lot, so that would be totally irrelevant for me. So I would say, all in all, this is a very good first floor. We got like a nice amount of money, we didn't get hit much, and we also got good afflictions, where we're not weaker than we started. You will be weaker until you go to your first shop, and then you might come up massively stronger. As you can see, I also got 100 coins there, so thank you, Relic. But here I'm contemplating my options, and I go for the last money. Like, we have 1200 coins. We have to, like, if we get it 10 times, which is a lot, we will still be at over 1000 coins. So that is a very nice affliction to get. Like, it doesn't like damage you in the slightest. Here, I don't know, I decide to run around to collect all my... Oh no, I forgot this card. This is why I came here. So as you can see, like when they spawned in, I dodge behind, and then yeah. So we keep moving on. We collect our more coins. We got another lucky doubling. And we go to the first boss. So I will pause it here, and okay, I will do this for all bosses. I will basically tell you how to do them. So this boss, this is one of the few that is really bad for Bama builds or for minion builds in general, because this boss has one attack that's a fucking pain in the ass, and this is Flame Breath, and it will start shooting it by targeting a random guy. So basically, if you think you're safe, and then he targets one of your minions that's next to you, so he basically does like a Dark Souls 2 flip, where he immediately starts shooting there, and sometimes you will get hit. So how do we minimize our chances of getting hit? We kill him fast. In order to kill him fast, we do our ritual. Our ritual is we buff ourselves, we take a step forward. It starts like aggroing when you're on the steps, so I don't think he's still aggroed now. you place your brand, and only then you summon your minions. So you already have minions up. And here you can see me running in because I kind of wanted to see where it was turned toward in order to see if I needed to dodge. I think he's starting here to channel the Flame Breath, but he's dead already, so it doesn't matter. Okay. We grab a Relic, and then we move on. Now we get a bunch of rewards, and they're all shit, so it doesn't matter, we're gonna... And here I sigh because I didn't get anything good. And we go. Floor 2. Here the strategy also applies. We're still looking for money and for merchants. I also find that color for fountain there is one room that is extremely good because it will give you like 400 collective HP between resolve and inspiration. And yeah, I don't actually want to go there this round because they are like the rooms before it aren't very good rewards wise, but I will go for it because, as I said, I'm playing this as if my build was worse. So we want to maximize like the buffs we get. Yeah, so we don't get anything here. I'm taking this affliction, no issue, because this is room types are unknown. I don't care about it, basically. I've noticed that there is never like an occasion where I didn't pick a path because the room types were bad. So that's basically not an affliction for me. I'm just gonna take that path anyway. And you can see how big that was. We got more inspiration, we got more resolve, and it also takes away one curse, and it gives you one buff. So that's very good. This is, I think, the worst room for floor 2, because you have to clear it entirely, and the way the layout is structured, sometimes you cannot see the guards, you walk up the stairs and they've already started shooting you, so you got very little time to dodge. Like, that guard over there, the red one that just died, that is for one particularly bad one. It will start rolling and then it will immediately shoot as soon as the rolling is done. So you have to time your dodges while he is still rolling in order to avoid it. But I mean, after you know that, then it's fine. You know, you just preemptively dodge basically. And we have like a crazy amount of money, so I'm desperately looking for a shop. And here I get to sell something for 1 divine, so I go ahead and do that. So I will see you after I'm done. Yeah, we got the divine, very nice. Bye bye, random Japanese guy, and we go on. So you can, this is also nice, you can leave your Sanctum at any time after you've done with a room, and you can come straight back. So now we are stuck on this path, and I'm mostly picking my room based on what allows me to see the greatest number of rooms, basically, because I don't want to be forced into a path where I have to take an awful room and there's no way around it. So I'm taking sometimes less than optimal routes in order to not get pigeonholed into a path where I'm forced to run into one. This is one of the floor 2 gauntlets. Every guide I've ever seen about Sanctums considers this terrible. I think they're perfectly fine with Bama. This, you have the fire beam that follows you, you just run around like always, and you never get hit. Like, this is also especially good for Bama because there are no obstacles, so all the clones are always hitting everything. So yeah, you can see I never got hit even once. I actually prefer this room to like the guards one from before. And here we take our path. These are cursed pacts. They basically give you a debuff and in order to gain some bonus. Here I could take this that I'm hovering over. Because it's just 25% of maximum revolve, so it wouldn't be a big like cost. You're taking these sometimes for the buffs, but mostly to get access to the altar behind them. However, I don't care about resolve recovered. My plan is to never take resolve damage, and I also don't want to lose my boons, so I take the last one. And I get a crappy reward. Okay. Now I could go for another of those fountains, or a pact. I would have avoided this fountain, but once again I'm playing as if my build was worse. So we're going for it because this maximizes security. And this room I've been very lucky, I've always found them on the first corner. If you don't, you just keep going around the perimeter, and you should never get it there too. Like I'm doing today, right? And I find it again on the first corner, very lucky here. We get some more useless rewards, and we move on. Okay. Pause again on this boss. This boss, the room is very tiny, and they will aggro immediately as soon as you move. So you want to buff by while you're standing still, and then this is a couple bosses. So these are two bosses. You want them to die as close to each other as possible, because if one is alive by himself, like they're completely fine where in the couple. If one of the two is alive by himself, it will start to do some very hard to dodge abilities. There's like one where they basically kick in front of them, and it covers most of the arena with like a poodle on the ground that damages you, and the poodle is also red of a very slightly different kind of red than the floor is already red. So yeah, you want to die them. You want them to die as close to one another as is possible. So in order to do that, I buff myself here. I summon the first set of clone and brand one, then summon another set of clone and brand the other. So one is branded, the other is branded. Now they're all together, and they should die pretty much at the same time. So yeah, I get to avoid the difficult phase where just one of the two is alive. I get my relic, and I move on to the next floor. Yeah, so now we want to... So first of all, let me talk about these choices for a bit. I want to absolutely go for a merchant here because we haven't been to one yet, and I'm sitting on 3k. 3k is a crazy amount of money. Like, you should almost never have so much money laying low. And I'm looking at what kind of afflictions I have to run into if I take the merchant. This one I'm pausing over is absolutely fine because we already have 500 inspiration, so we have plenty of health to sacrifice. The lost movement speed is very bad, so I'm not taking that. Less money found would be fine also. Here, once again, I'm picking a road that I would not do if I was playing on myself, because I sacrifice one exalted good orb to go to this merchant, which is worth another 15 chaos. So basically, going to this merchant costs me actively 15 chaos if I can complete this Sanctum, which I think I can. But once again, I'm doing it because I'm playing as if my build was worse. And sorry to keep repeating this, but this room, you have to find the exit. I'm no longer killing any enemy that I don't have to kill because I have more money than I need. So you just dodge everything, and I always run from one corner to the opposite corner from it. And then if the exit is not there, I pick one random direction to go in. So look at this. Since we also have one more option, like our merchant has a bunch of stuff. From here, the most useful ones are being able to see one room ahead. This is absolutely great, and of course the 50% more damage for minions. But since I have so much money, I'm just buying everything. And if you're asking why I don't have to click on purchase, it's because I'm control left clicking there. So that's one nice tip you can do. The Infernums that you're seeing here are the gauntlets on floor 3. And I think that on floor 3 you have the absolutely worst one, so I'm actively going for Infernums in order to find one, because I want to show it to you. It is the meteorite rooms with obstacles in the middle. That's very bad for us, because the obstacles like prevents our clones from hitting the enemies. I mean, it's still doable, especially if you've got the 50% more damage, or the enemies have 30% less life. So yeah, I'm looking at all my options. And also now packs are definitely better, because behind one of those packs there could be divine orbs too. So once again, you dodge everything. You keep your blink when you've stepped on a trap, so you don't get hit by the trap, and you use your blink arrow for mobility. There, I didn't take any damage because, okay, I want to focus on this. That particular guard that summoned the flame wall, hitbox only gets active after, I would say, half a second after you summon the wall. So if you're quick enough on your reflexes, you can dodge as soon as the wall gets summoned and you don't get hit. So here, this is very good. As I said, I don't care about room types, and this will be nice to get. However, I every time I get this lifting melody, which is the one that you get 150 resolve if you don't get hit for 2 rooms in a row, I always get hit on the second room from some stupid shit, so I'm not taking it, basically as a protest form. And I'm taking instead this one. We have a bunch of health, we can sacrifice it, and then we get beautiful 10 Chaos Orbs. This could have been a Divine, but whatever. Okay. The guards are accompanied by a gargoyle is absolutely fine for us, as we do a bunch of AoE. This I'm pausing on this because this is terrible. I don't think you can almost never want to take this because the random affliction, like there are some that are absolutely awful, and you cannot you can choose which one you get. So this is a run ender, and this instead is pretty much the best affliction you can get, because not only it doesn't do anything because you're taking inspiration damage instead of resolve damage, so you don't need to recover your resolve, but it also gets rid of itself, which means that you can find it again on the following floor. So yeah, in order not to take this, there would need to be some very good good reward by taking another path, and you've briefly seen there like the absolute worst one, which is rewards are unknown. We want to find our divine orbs, so not knowing the rewards basically nullifies any reason why we're here. So I would say that that's even worse than your run ending. This is another gauntlet. This is considered by guides a difficult one because the lasers are very annoying and they can chase you a lot. But once again, we don't really care. You just hug the outside wall and you run around and you never get hit. And we do this, we do the merry-go-round. We run around. You should hold either your blink or one of your arrows when you're getting close to the middle portion of the room, because that's when you peek on the other side and there could be one guard that's already started attacking you, so you can dodge that if you hold either your blink or one of your blink arrows. I'm looking at the rewards, and I'm pretty sure of my path already. I'm just double checking if there's anything else I want to do. This is another floor 3 gauntlet. I think this is also extremely easy, extremely fine. This is pretty much exactly the same as last floor, except that there's a fire beam instead of the lasers. The fire beam is easier than the lasers. You can also blink. Through it, and you won't take damage. So there's another nice thing we get by having frost blink. So yeah, this is always the strategy. You run in circles, you summon clones on when you see the guards, and you never get hit. Like, we're sitting at 600 resolve. There is no tension in this run by now. I'm never dying. And here, instead, as I said, I'm not picking the bottom path, so I'm sacrificing the 10 chaos I would have gotten there by going this way. This is another very easy room. You do this first part, and then here there's a shortcut, as you can see. You have to dodge 2 enemies, and then you get another trap section. There I almost walk into the trap because I confused my totem teleporting for some enemy attack. And here I only have 1 options left, so I'm going through there. This is another find the exit. I fail my blink arrow. This is the same room from before, it's just we've spawned on a different corner, so as I said, I always run to the opposite corner and usually it works. Collect all the mine. And we do this boss. This is the worst boss, I think, of the entire Sanctum. So here is the strategy. So basically what this boss does is she will spawn a bunch of AoE on the ground that you have to dodge, and she will charge at you. Now, if your reflexes are very good, you can dodge the charge by blinking when she's already charging you. However, there's a high likelihood that you will blink inside of one of the AoEs that's on the ground. So in order to avoid this, she charges every couple of seconds, basically. So you can have like a mental timer that goes 1, 2, 2.5, blink, 1, 2, 2.5, blink. And you will see me do that. So we do the usual buff phase, where we get our buffs, we put our brand down, and we summon our clones. And then I wait a couple of seconds, and I blink away. I dodge the OE, and then yeah. So the reason you saw me blink inside is because she's dead now. Maybe like if I had less damage, she would have charged where I was before, basically, and I would have dodged the attack that way. But since we have so much damage right now, like the fights, of course, becomes significantly easier. But you know, if you have less damage and the fights last longer, that's the way to do it. You basically wait a couple of seconds and you dodge, and she will charge from where you were before dodging. So you basically just have to take into account the AoE on the ground. You don't have to care much about her itself. Okay, so here we're fully hunting for rewards and divines because this is our last floor. I'm seeing a couple of paths. And here I'm going against our previous strategy, where I'm gonna avoid this merchant, even though it would be great for us because we have 2000 golds again. But if you look at the rewards here, going for this merchant has us avoid all of these chaos orbs. So 1, 2, 3 full chaos orbs rewards that we will lose for just one merchant. I don't think it's worth it. So, okay. This is a gauntlet from floor 4. You see those tiny red things on the ground. Those indicates where the meteors will fall. You can manipulate this. Basically, like they will kind of aim at you. So there will be two phases. The first where they all spawn, and then all the meteors fall. So basically, you can stand in one corner of the room, have yourself be targeted by every marker, and then you dodge to another side of the room and you avoid all the meteors. So yeah, I think I've done it, no damage there too. It's not that bad, like it looks very messy. Like the first time you're walking to that room, you panic and you run into everything. But like the markers on the room are like, they don't do any damage or anything, you just have not to panic and then dodge after the meteor has spawned. Here we just need to dodge and find the exit. There is like a cannon here in the middle of the room, but it's very slow to trigger, and yeah, if you don't linger, if you don't like look for directions there, you never get hit. There I was looking at more options. We can once again go for the monsters deal more damage, because like I don't know if you've paid attention to my HP bar during this entire run, but I don't think you've ever seen it dip it in any way. So yeah, the monsters from damage is pretty much irrelevant. So here I'm doing the usual strategies of either working around monsters, or you can even work back and forth if you're like somewhat distant, because most of their attacks are like projectiles that kind of track you. So if you just keep moving, like you will dodge most stuff. Here there will be another like buff fountain there. I'm not gonna take it because I haven't found one single divine yet, so I really wanted to maximize like the opportunities to find them. And the altars that are like behind the sacrificial packs can also have divines, so yeah. This is the same room from before, we just spawned in a different corner, there's a shortcut there. The shortcuts there in this layout are mostly to help you avoid like the fire beam in the middle, but as you can see, like it wasn't a big deal. Like it's very slow to trigger. Here we press the fountain for no reason, we are full health. And here I'm sadly like contemplating that there's not a single divine reward. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go for both packs, because once again I'm trying to find my divines. They can be there. Here, same thing. Here I get hit. I don't use much resolve because I haven't taken any curses that increases the amount of resolve damage taken, and I got hit because I panicked. I saw that there were markers on the floor, and I dodged inside of them instead of the other way around, you know. So yeah, so basically here by going this way, I give up on some of the chaos on the chaos orbs on the bottom. But I allow myself a chance to find divines, so it's a risk I think that's very, very worth. There's a shortcut here, if I can, yeah, if I can take it. And here finally I got a bit unlucky that it's not in the first couple of corners I've checked, so I have to go through the main room again, and you've seen the fire breath there. Dodge as soon as that guy disappears, so you avoid the attack. I don't need this to getting it removed is irrelevant, and I have plenty of alpha, so I sacrifice alpha for shield. And here I go for the sacrificial pact instead of the guaranteed chaos, because I still haven't found my divines and I'm desperate for it. Okay, this room is very easy. You just have to be aware of the guys that shoots laser, and there's a couple of shortcuts. The first one is here. They're very easy to see also. Now here you have a couple of options. You can either kill this guy here on the top, or you can just go straight for the second part of the maze. I like to kill it if I have a lot of damage, because it can keep shooting you while you're in the traps air of it, and sometimes you get hit by doing that. And this doesn't waste much time, so I just kill it and I don't have to care about him. Here is the second shortcut, very easy, very nice. And you go on. Here I'm very happy to sacrifice half of my HP because I still have my 800 inspiration shield, and I get shit reward. So okay, now let's discuss the final boss. So the final boss is actually somewhat easy. The only it has 3 phases. We're going to pause at every phase and explain how to do it. So phase 1 is the absolute worst. At least if you're trying to do a hitless run. So the way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to walk on the corner there. This will trigger her. You can see that by the fact that she has given her voice line. You stand there, you summon your clones, you press your blind, and as soon as she starts the encounter, she will basically do a sweeping attack towards you. So you're supposed to dodge either to the left or to the bottom of the room. I mean to the right, sorry. And then I don't know what to do. Like, I don't think it's possible to basically see whatever she's doing. So you just dodge randomly a bit, and then when she gives another voice line, it means that she's going to start shooting like a beam of energy towards you. And the way to dodge it is you walk, you see this corner here with the library, you walk around it and you use the library as a wall to basically block it. So I'm gonna do just that. I dodge immediately, I pan, I cannot see shit. Like, if you can see whatever she's doing here, you're better than me. I don't know what to say. And you can see she's given another voice line. You cannot escape with escapes, whatever. This is your signal that you need to run behind the wall, and I do just so. So here I'm supposed to be safe, because you can kind of see she started shooting a red beam. Then I misclick and I walked behind her. That's just a mistake on my part. I would have been safe. Now there's a maze part. Here I don't care. I have still 700 resolve left, so I just ran into everything just to get it done over with as soon as possible. And here we find phase 2. This is identical to phase 1, except there is no wall to hide. However, there's also no red mist that damages you. So the way you do it is you do your buff phase once again, you summon your clones, your marker, and then you just run around in a circle. And I've never gotten hit in here. Like, this is very easy. You run around. I even waste some time to start buffing myself. And also, like, when I was talking about like this build having insane damage, you can kind of see it here. And maybe you've heard me exhale in the background because like, I'm safe now. This is phase 3. This is the last phase. If you get here, you no longer have to care about your resolve and your inspiration, because they don't matter anymore here. If you get hit, you get hit only towards your life. She will trigger as soon as you get closer to her. So what you can do is you can apply your buff to yourself and you place your brand. And only after you then teleport from your first clone, the encounter will start. So I do just that. And here, once again, you run around in corner, in circles. This like beige line she's channeling is like a frame breath that she does. So you just keep running around in circle and you dodge and you avoid it. However, maybe you remember from my guide that I said that as soon as you put 20 divines into this build, you will never see her phase 2 again. And I think this has demonstrated it perfectly well. Like she's dead immediately. Like so yeah, I mean phase 2 isn't that bad. But if you don't have to see it, you don't have to see it. And here we found all our beautiful rewards. This is like, I don't know, 90 chaos overall and a bunch of random shit. As I said, this was kind of a mid run. We didn't find any divines, but I will have on screen like these are the rewards from the run I finished immediately before deciding to record this one. So if you take an average from those, I don't know, you can kind of, I think that your average return is about 2.5 divines per Sanctum run. This took me 23 minutes to complete, so if you believe in the average, you can kind of do almost 3 runs per hour, and so this brings it to about, I don't know, 5 divines per hour, which is not great. It's not definitely like a big end game farming whatever, but like every other activity pales in comparison if you're not doing the most optimal whatever. And also sometimes you will drop some of these relics. Sometimes they will have some very nice suffix, and you will be able to sell them for a couple of divines too. I didn't get any here, but you know, you can. So yeah, that was everything.